Don here. Okay, I'm back again today. I'm going to try to check out that hard drive that went bad in the HP DL380 G7 server. First one, well, the first server I've had, and now the first hard drive I've had go bad. They HP has a reputation, from what I've seen, all the videos I've been watching, for going bad. Sometimes on brand new, brand new, like 2020, 2021 servers. Well, 2020 and last 3 or 4 years is the ones I've seen videos on, and I've seen more on Morton's videos, my Playhouse channel. I've seen more brand new HP servers hard drives going bad than the older ones. He's got one that he keeps in his rack, a G6. Mine's a G7, and anyway, well, he's always swapping hard drives and playing around with them. That's one of the things he makes videos about. So, what am I going to think about all this? Okay, let's go to the desktop. I think I've still got the preview playing. Oh yeah, I haven't. Okay, it's good help. Think about all this. Okay, okay, that's working. That's good. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll just do this. That way I can look back over here, because this server, it can handle, at least that admin page uses a lot of resources. This one, just your basic, home page for YouTube doesn't, and it shows that it's live. That tells me that much. Actually, I can play it, and I guess I have to click on it, but anyway, I can do it that way too. But and there's my backup video that I'm making. So, but I'm going to open up. I want to go into. Let's just go ahead and go into iLO first. So I'm going to close that. Well, since I'm going to be running a virtual machine, I changed my mind. Let's don't. Because when I'm streaming, it's more, things can end up being more sensitive. I'm trying to think of where I want to open it up. Okay, I'm going to open up VirtualBox and I'm going to start up React OS. Let's make sure I'm on the desktop. Yeah, sound looks good. Okay, React OS. Actually, I downloaded the newer version on here, and then I realized, I can't just run it live. I have to install it. Well, it says you can run it live. I must have just missed how you do it, but I did look for it. And so this is like not even a full version behind it. It's just like, this is 4.1, and the one that I downloaded was 4.4. 4.13 is what I got. This is 4.4. Would you see how fast I booted up? Oh, I don't understand everything. I had what happened was I remember, I named, it says in here snapshot 030521. That's why it just starts. It's not actually running in the background all the time, is it? I don't see, even though it's just a snapshot, I don't see why it would. I probably ought to look into that. I might have it set to run all the time in the background. That would be, actually I haven't noticed it, so that wouldn't be too bad, but where can you check that? Well, now I'd have to. Well, I shut it down last time. Let's see. Yeah, I was messing around. I built I was saying in the previous video, used to be software for building a clone of your operating system. The only time I got that to work was in Fedora 11, and I turned it into, it was an ISO, and I turned it into, it's like a 3 gigabyte ISO, and back then that was huge because you were still using CDs, And I never could run it on anything. I didn't have anything that could really, I could, but I don't know if I ever, I did install it somewhere because I remember seeing it running. But there's not really, at the time I loved it. It had all the apps I wanted, But anyway, there's not anything that I want to use too much now. Okay, now what do we got here? Application driver, open source VDI. Anyway, I turned it into a VDI, but I installed it one day and it didn't run. And anyway, I haven't messed with it again. I don't know why. That must be a snapshot right there. I think that's what that is. So, I don't know. I'm getting sidetracked. So So let's go back to the normal thing. Something it just opened up like it was already running way faster than Firefox will open up. And it doesn't, I don't think it does it every time. I think it just does it sometimes. Anyway, that just threw me off because it happened once the other day too. So anyway, I've got Firefox already installed and ready to go. I don't really remember why I have two links. And then MyPal is the browser. I think that's the one it came with. It's kind of like Internet Explorer, but I guess they kind of rewrote the old Internet Explorer. React OS is made to run Windows NT XP applications. It's okay, now for some reason, what page is that? That was a page that used to work, but I'm just going to click on here and go there. I need to fix that. I don't like it when that happens. It freaks me out. But no, it was start.mozilla.com is what it was. Might have been the default start page, and I just left it like that. But anyway, I have a link up here in my bookmarks toolbar for the iLO address of my server, which I'm on the server technically, but I'm running a virtual machine, so it's still on the same network. Let's see. No, that's 122. That's where it's going. It gets a different network address. VirtualBox doesn't use the same ones off of your router. I don't remember now what the IP address would be, but anyway, this is what we're trying to do. So let's let that happen. It should work good. It worked the other day just fine, except for the longer you use it, the slower it gets. And I thought it was. I hadn't thought about it at first, but I read an article about the new version, and it was saying the fixes it did, and I realized it's probably actually React OS that's slowing down, not the browser. I was wondering, I didn't really think it would be that slow, I mean, a click in the box. Now I got to get I don't remember the password for iLO. To get it out. And okay, let me get logged in. Should be it right there. Let me see. Put that up there where I can get to it, but I don't want it getting. I have to watch out what I set up there when I have my microphone, on the mic stand. When I swing it out of the way, it'll grab stuff if they're sticking up too high because it's going right over. See, it doesn't come in real fast. And since how this is the first and only machine I've got into iLO on, then I wouldn't be able to compare it, But I think it should be faster than that on the local network. So anyway, I'm going to get in here, and should be some stuff about drives in there somewhere. There's diagnostics, but I think the only thing you can do with that is go to let HP look at it. This is a server right here. This is the information on it. Reliant DL380 G7. And yeah, you've got to have, let's see, in order for this right here to work, you've got to have Java. I think it's 6, could be 8 or 628. Let's look and see. First off, you got to have an older version of your browser. Firefox works 3.6.28. We're on Firefox 90 right now. That's how old it's got to be. I think what I did was, I think it didn't come with Firefox. It came with that other one I was showing a minute ago. And I went into the installer, wherever it is. Oh, there it is, Application Manager. It kind of works like if you've ever used Play on Linux, the Wine, that uses Wine emulator, Wine Windows emulator. It's kind of laid out like that. But on this version, it worked. I got Firefox, but I tried to install some other stuff, and I never got anything else installed. It'll hang up is what it does. So that probably is ReactOS's problems. I didn't realize it was still having that much problems because this one was running pretty good, you know. And it's always ran okay until you started to try to really do much of anything with it. I mean, I started following it years ago, 10 to 15 years ago. And because when I first learned about it, I thought that'd be really cool because I still liked XP. You know, that's still my favorite Windows. Well, I'm not sure if 3.1 or XP is my favorite Windows system, but ever since 2005 when I discovered Linux, Fedora is my favorite operating system of all. And I like Gnome. I'm using that on my laptop for my web server right now. I've got a real server and I use it as a desktop. And I got a laptop and I'm using it as a server, but there's a reason for it. I haven't. I'm mumbling here. I'd have to run the server 24/7, and it's making too much heat. I can't do that right now. I got to learn more about how to keep it secure because there is a known vulnerability in the hyperthreading and stuff, and I don't want to turn off hyperthreading. I like having 24 cores. I'm sure it would run fine without it, but that's cutting it in half, you know, and it does use them. Anyway, in Fedora, you can see it doing it. Okay, well, let's go straight to diagnostics. I don't see anything that looks like it's going to be about drives and stuff, unless it was in the administration. But let's see what this is. Oh, okay. It's telling you that everything's okay. Yeah, you can generate actually, I don't know what an NMI2 system is. That's not the one that goes to them, I don't think. Don't want to reset. I don't want to do any of that. Because it's probably still, no, I think it looked like the way the lights were blinking a while ago. Before it was blinking in a certain way. It looked like it was writing, you know, the RAID was writing, the P410i controller, RAID controller was writing the data to that drive that I swapped. You know, I was using 6 drives, if you hadn't seen the previous video, in a 6 drives in a RAID 5, and that was what my operating system is on and everything. And then the other 2 drives, I left them empty on purpose in case a drive died because I didn't have any more and I didn't want to buy any more. I really wanted to go to, you know, like 10 terabyte drives or something, like SATA drives or something, like buying I've got a 5 and a 10 terabyte Seagate backup drive, and I ended up just using them. I thought I was going to take them both out and put them in those 2 drives, but then you got to have a place to put all that data. And so, and then the 2020 came and everything went haywire and prices started going up, and now drives are too expensive. I'm spending $1,000 on drives, you know, it's only spent $300 for the server with 8 drives, but they're only 146 gigabyte drives, but they are SAS drives, and those are actually faster than SATA drives. And don't even start talking about, you know, hard, flash memory drives. Those are just ridiculous. You don't get nothing for your money with those, you know, space-wise. Yeah, I've got my 5 terabyte drive almost full. My 8 terabyte drive is getting close, and I've got getting way up there on the 500 gigabytes that I set up for my operating system too. But that's okay. When I make videos is what makes it, you know, fill up, and then I can, once they're backed up onto the USB drive, I can delete them out. That makes me only have 1 copy. What I did have was I would back up on my other machine. I had both of those USB drives plugged into my Lenovo, and I would back up to the 5 terabyte, and then it would back up to the 8 terabyte. So I had true redundant backups. I don't have that again, but I do have backups. So, well, a lot of my videos, end up being the one and only copy on that USB drive. So, but now I'm looking at maybe I'm actually thinking about getting a drive server just for drives. One of those. But I saw one there yesterday, day before. You could get 24 drives in it, and what did you have? I think you had 11 terabyte of space. But I couldn't run it all the time. It'd make too much heat. I'd have to I probably could set it to turn on at a certain time of day, and then this would back up at that time and turn back off after, however long it takes. But I turn this off when I go to bed because it burns me up day or night because of the. I set up a vent fan in there. I'm going off on that again. I showed the previous video shows it and talks about it. But anyway, I set up a vent fan that ran 2 hours and started making noise and slowed down. And I had to stuck a fan up in there, hung it from zip ties, a regular floor plan. It works, but it doesn't work well enough. I may have to cut it out bigger, but if I do that, then I'll freeze to death in the winter because I have about 4-inch dryer vent that you put through your wall, and it's it normally sits like this, and it has a flapper. Well, I set it like that, and then the flapper would the fan would blow the flapper open, but that fan wouldn't blow the flapper open. I bought a 3-fan setup that their fans, they're 120, they're 120 millimeter, I think, but they have a speed controller, and they plug AC to DC converter with the speed controller, and so you can get, and they blow. But I haven't felt it's a lot of hard work to get it put up in there. But I'm also afraid to open up the hole into the attic anymore because I'm afraid I'll freeze to death. I won't be able to stop it. I'd have to make a door that I could shut. So it's a bunch of work that I haven't done. All right, so remote console, virtual media, power management. Let's see what's in the administration. No. Okay, so power management. I do not see a single thing. I didn't really remember seeing anything. Yeah, the inside agent is the one that's just for talking to HP, and this server's so old that that link's not even any good anymore. Oh, I thought it didn't. It did open up a new tab. Yeah, it says, well, you won't let you go there. Oh, it's failed because it's not trusted. Yeah, this is the thing. But with this old browser, might be able to get there. I tried to figure out a workaround in a newer version of Firefox and Internet Explorer. I just want to close the page. So yeah, it won't even let you try to go there, but I don't think the page is there. That was the reason I clicked on it. I think it's been, even it's not supported anymore, so they wouldn't do that. They wouldn't give you any insight. Diagnostics, I just went there. Let's go to the management log. Maybe there would be something about the, there's iLO 3 event log and management log. All that one's all about HP. That's still using the inside agent. So I guess you got to watch out because it doesn't change sometimes. Integrated, it may not have changed. Oh yeah, see, it hasn't changed yet. You got to watch down there and see if it's still loading. Because what it does, it'll change the title, but it doesn't change the text in the page right away. Oh, and then there's a blue bar over there too. So yeah, it catches me all the time. So it works, but it's not perfect. But I have not been able to get anything newer than an old browser to work because it blocks it. It won't, no matter what you do. I tried, I was in Windows XP virtual machine, and before they quit working, still not sure what happened to that. And why Microsoft may have just killed it. But it keeps saying you got to activate it. Of course, it was already activated for years and years. But I've had it do that before, and I just reactivated it. But it won't do it now. Keep saying it can't connect. Maybe their activation server's not there anymore for XP. That might be what happened. Just took it down, moved. Probably didn't move it. They probably just took it down. So what's that one? So here's the integrated management log. Okay, and 8:10, that's today. Driver array. Okay, driver array operating in recovery mode. Okay, and that was at, where's the time? Oh, 11:34 a.m. Okay, oh yeah, this is military time. So that's what, yeah, I swapped the drive out. Drive not responding, physical drive. Well, I pulled one out. I pulled the dead drive out, the one that had the, said it was bad. I'm going to try and make sure it really is bad. Because HP's problem with their drives is usually the firmware. And if you can update the firmware, sometimes they'll still work. But I did hear that bad drive noise a couple of times too. After it went yellow, the drive. Well, at first it wouldn't even boot. Anyway, the first video is all about all that. Okay, yeah, 1797. I guess that's the error number. Yeah, that must be the error number. I know. Drive accelerator read error occurred. Now, maybe all these errors, it kept saying that, basically that right there. Or, it didn't say read error, though. On the boot screen, it would say the backup failed. But look how many times it's done that. I just didn't feel like messing with it because nothing was going wrong in the operating system. I wasn't, all the data was there, everything was fine. But I guess that's a caution or what? Warning, minor, okay. But so it might still be in recovery mode though. Well, this is for errors, it's not like telling you every little thing that happens. So let's go on down. Same one over and over and over, day after day. See, we're going back. I don't know why the 12/30/2020. Oh, we're way back there now. Well, let's go back. Yeah, it's been doing that. It started doing that not long after I got it up and running. 8/10/2021. 8/10/2021. Oh, how many? 11:34, 11:24. Oh, okay. It's kind of like started initial update, last update. Oh, okay. They might sometimes be further apart. Okay, so the initial is there. This is the kind of log I was trying to find in the Fedora cockpit, but I couldn't find anything like this. So this isn't this is, you can find in iLO. Okay, so that was in 12/5/2020. ASR detected by system ROM. I don't know what ASR is, but that's not what I'm looking for right now. I don't think. What is ASR? Can you copy that? Let's see if I can copy. What? No, I don't want that. I hit Control C and it was doing something different. Okay, copy. Right click, copy. Go to over here. Now I normally can, I don't know if that virtual machine is set up right. I should be able to copy and paste between the host machine and the virtual machine. So, and before I even do that, while I'm thinking about it, I'm going to check in on my, I think I'll just go to my page. I think it's quicker, it loads quicker. And I can do that if I want to. Check the sound on my, I think I'll just go to my, oh, that was loud, wasn't it? Okay, now let's do a search. Didn't go in there. Go in there. Oh, I guess I didn't get it. It's probably the one virtual machine that I don't have copy and paste set up in. ASR detected by system ROM. I think I can type that. Automatic system recovery. In other words, HC's built-in management system detected that the server had crashed and rebooted it in 9 out of 10 instances. The problem is SW related. See if there are any clues in the Windows event logs. Well, I'm not running Windows. What is, okay. Community HPE. Okay. Support.hpe. Oh, that's a different site. I'm going to go ahead and go to this one just to make sure it doesn't say something and I'll actually explain it better. Now, that's the other one I clicked on, but we'll start with the one I read about a minute ago. Okay. This is a forum, and you can just go around and around trying to. Let's see, mine didn't reboot. Unless that, well, that was way back when I first got it, though, so I wouldn't know. I wouldn't remember. Yeah, okay, so it's talking about reboots, and I really don't remember it ever actually rebooting automatically. I'm going to put it in my folder for this machine, though. But see, when you're reading about stuff you don't actually know a whole lot about, they can fool you because they sound like they know what they're talking about, but they may not actually. So I like to go to some, either, I like to go to the HP site itself, but why didn't I? Let's go there first. I didn't think it sounded right, but you don't know for sure on this. Now, see, now here's some of the HP documentation. Unexpected. Shutdown to determine the problem is hardware or software. Now, this looks good. I think I've already been here before. That's it? Oh. You got to wait for it to load. This is a PDF, I think, but is there a way to download this? Yeah, here we go, right here. This is on HPE. First, want to make sure it's okay. I don't care where. No, I don't want to scan the page. I want to scan the PDF I'm going to download. Well, sometimes you go ahead and say save it, and then it'll go ahead and scan it, unless it's too big. Yeah, there we go. It's going to upload it to FileZilla. What is not FileZilla? It's not Virus Total. That's what it is. VT Virus Total. Okay, now while it's doing that, let's see if I can see. It's not loading. Wait a minute. Let's see. Like it's going to have too much junk in there, though. Well, I'm going to leave that one and see if it gets, make sure it's okay before I open it up. Let's go to this one now. Okay, it's checking in iLO right now. Okay. Okay, that was it. I mean, that sounds like good advice, but not really the help I was looking for. It's actually all there was to it, just telling you how to go look everywhere. Basically, is what it said. still isn't done. It looks like it didn't work. So anyway, it doesn't, unless this, I can't tell if this page is loading properly, but it looks like there may not be too much. I'll leave it like it is for now. Oh, here you go. How to fix. Well, mine hasn't been doing that. Maybe it did it once, and I just don't remember because this was back in 2020. D7, Windows 2008, hoster database. Okay, well, the thing is, I'm starting to realize now how I could. I'm getting kind of sidetracked. This is a really old message. I just want to check on the drive. That's all I know what's wrong. If there's one thing that was wrong with it, it had a bad drive. And I put it back in there in the slot 8 because it's not being used. And close the browser now. Okay, so yeah, see that was 12/05/2020. There was error messages in here all the way back from when it was brand new. I guess because I left that alone and kept doing that every day, it caused it to roll it all off. I didn't think about it doing that. Well, I think I didn't know for a long time that it was doing that. Let's see what iLO 3 event log has got in there. Yeah, if you I like to just, I don't get in here very often. I like to just start at the top and work to the bottom. Well, you'll get, every time I do it, I get to usually about remote console and revert and try, and then it just won't work anymore. But what I did the other day when I was doing that, I restarted the virtual machine, and then it started working again. So, all right, now what are we looking at? Okay, server has reset. Now what day are we looking at? 5/29. So that's the date did not get set. Server is reset. That was probably this morning when I hard shut it down. Did I do it once or twice? Oh, wait a minute. That's so 8:10. Oh, that's today. It just wasn't finished loading. Okay, so yeah, 8 and 9, 8:10. Network link down. This is all today. Server reset. Network link up at 100 megabits. That's, well, that might, oh, maybe that's talking about iLO. Yeah, okay, it is 100 megabits. It's not a gigabit. It's like, uh-oh, is there something wrong with my network cable? I'm worried about my network cable because it's running around the floor and the jacket's coming off of it, and goes right in front of my bed. And I knew that the jacket would come off because it's a cheap cable that I bought. It's a Cat 6. I have 2 of them, and I noticed how bad the jackets were right after I got them. And they're just peeling right off because my feet are, I've got to be careful, but browser login, name not found. I don't know why it said name not found. DNS name not found. I don't know. I don't quite know what that means. Then it keeps saying server reset. I wonder if these are just some that stuck on top because they don't know what else to do with them. Let's see if I can, I was trying to search in the browser, but it doesn't do that way. I was using the keyboard shortcuts. Find. Yeah, okay, so it will search in there. Okay, so it doesn't have anything in there about disk or drive or array. All right, so I'm not going to look through all that anymore. Now, network, I think that just tells the IP addresses and stuff like that. Yeah. It's already slowing down. It never did really it worked better yesterday than it is right now, today. Or maybe I'm just getting impatient quicker. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and get out of iLO. I don't think there's anything else to see in it. Let me see if I can set this iLO page as my page that opens up whenever I open the browser. Yeah, there it is. Okay, so if I do this, oh, you can't do that ahead of time. I guess that's why I didn't do it before. Oh, use current page. There we go. It used to load so slow I wouldn't want to do that, but it's got to where it loads okay. All right, so now it should just open up to iLO. That's better than some broken page. But now I'm going to go, oh, you know what? I just remember, I think I did that. Well, it might have been, it was just, I think it wasn't responding. When I finally, by the time I decided to quit, it wouldn't even respond. But I shut it down by hitting the X on the closed window. And then it says, what do you want to do? I always do power off machine, like a hard shutdown. And so, but if you shut this thing down normally, I missed my click. Yeah, it will work though this time. Shut it down normally, shut down. Then it will boot up like normal. But whenever you power it off, then it goes back to the snapshot. But what I was saying, I started saying it. I had all this working like to get into iLO and everything, and then I didn't realize I didn't think about stopping everything from getting updated. I guess I had automatic updates turned on in either in Firefox or in ReactOS itself. Probably it was in Firefox, and so then it wouldn't work anymore. I couldn't get it to work. So as soon as you get too new of a browser or Java, it won't work. So I went back to a snapshot and it worked, and it's been working. So evidently I told it to not update. So you don't want to use this. I don't have it for using for surfing the internet or anything. Although I guess did I do it? No, I didn't really go anywhere. Yeah, I made sure and got on the other machine. So let's get off of here. So make sure everything still looks good in here. That would be the browser. Okay, I'll just go right there. Now, I want to see if I can see that drive. Disk management, mount and unmount, not that. Manage disk. What else have I got? Got to be careful with disk scrubber. I installed everything on here by groups, and sometimes you get things you might not even necessarily. Well, they're not bad, like test disk. I wanted that. That's a disk checker. I wonder if I could run that on it. If I can see it in here, that's Gnome disks, I believe. Basically, yeah, I think that is what it is. I think that or used to be called Gnome disks. So that is my whole, that's my driver array, RAID 5. This is one of the other two drives, 7 and 8. I formatted them in Fedora's Cockpit Remote Admin app. I did it from this machine, from the server, on the server. But earlier today, I was using it remotely whenever this was just booted up to a command line, and I because you can add it from the other machine. So that's what it's for, is remote admin at, but you can do it locally as well. Okay, contents unknown. I set it up as a RAID 0, these other two drives. But this one would have, that should be the one that's broken. It just reads, let's see, SDC, SDD, yeah. That would be the one, the drive that has the yellow light. You know, the one I took out of slot 2 and put it in slot 8. It's just showing it up to be well, the contents unknown. Well, there's no contents on them. That might be why they're doing that. Well, it should be saying, okay, like up here. See, it's not looking at the data. It's looking at what it's formatted as. See, this is Linux bootable and mounted at boot. Okay, now down here are the LV, and that's my backup drive. It is, I formatted this one as ext4 right there. Okay, now the 107 gigabyte block is dev LVM root. Okay, so that's my root partition, 107 gigabytes. And it is ext4. And then the 591 gigabyte block, ext4. That's the way I set this up. I wanted it that way. You can do what you want, or you can just let Fedora do it for you when you install. Okay, so yeah, unknown. And that's even though I set it up, there's something different about how that I set it up as a RAID 0, so I guess it's not, you know, I guess it did work just like the RAID card would do, the P410i in this machine. It set it up and it's ready to go and can be recognized, but it doesn't have a file system on it yet. So, now, if this one do it, I think no. I don't know if it can do it. I guess if you don't have a file system on it, you can't check it. What I was thinking, I might try, this one doesn't format them as well. Sometimes it screws up. So, yeah, this is the newest version. It would be the new version of GParted. It's not too old yet, Fedora 32. Yeah, GParted, let's go straight in there. Got to be careful. It always makes me nervous running these kind of apps because you can mess up your operating system with them if you don't watch out. I'll probably go check that light again before I actually do anything to it, but okay, ext4. Trying to see if I can drag that over. I don't know if I can. Can't read it all. This is dev SDA, so that's my, what? Oh, it's got 28 terabyte. That's the USB backup drive. It's got it as dev SDA. I don't know why. And then here's my what I'm running on, and it's dev SDB. See, here's all the logical. Used to would have real separate partitions, but now they put them in logical LVMs. So the boot, the LVM, PVL, LVM2, that LVM2 works different than LVM1 did. And then the swap, it still has a swap. I think they've quit using swaps. I gave it 32 gigabyte of swap because I don't remember why I decided. I think it might have given it. The reason I did it, I don't remember why. I wanted to have plenty, but that seems like an excessive amount for the swap. I was thinking like I was planning on maybe editing videos and stuff like that. I didn't want it to. I wanted it to be. Didn't want it to fill up the swap and get slow. Is what I was thinking. But that's a lot of space wasted, really. I don't think anything. I don't remember, but I think maybe. I don't remember what the default is. It's more than it used to be. I mean, I remember it used to be 1 gigabyte, 2, 3, and then it might be 10 or 15 on Fedora now, but 30 is a lot. I might have actually ended up with a bunch of unused space, and then I just said, oh, well, I'm going to make a swap. But because I was right, you know, it was hard to. I remember that the new installer. I don't think you can go. Oh, if you're going to use GParted, which is the one I've always used and I'm used to and understand it, you have to do it first. But I can't really do it first. I have to be in the installer and have it give me the feedback to tell me. So I use the one that's in there, and I think that's why. I don't know. All right, unallocated, 136 gigabyte. Okay, it only sees one other. It doesn't see now. That's a clue there. I think. Oh, maybe there's FDC. I wish they wouldn't do that like that. You can't really see everything for sure. Okay, I'm rolling my mouse wheel and it'll roll. But there is no dev SDD. SDC and an SDD is what it would be. There's no, and see it's 136.7 gigabyte, unallocated. But that would be the one that's good. Okay, it is what I didn't realize that. Well, I was going to install a virtual machine on it, and that's when it would have got formatted. But I didn't ever do it. I was going to just mess around, and I thought, well, I might use OneDrive for my website and the other one to play with once in a while. Because, see, you could install something on there, and then you could also, I was going to do virtual machines, but you could install a full operating system on that drive, and then it would be dual boot if you needed the actual hardware to test something out. But I never did it. Okay, so I'm going to, that's a clue. What's the kind of thing I've been looking for? Clue is this is not seeing. When you have two drives that are identical, you don't know which one's which. But this one is probably the good one, and then the other one that's showing bad, that's not showing up in GParted. And see that, but that other, that's what I was saying about using different disk management. Fedora disk writer, disk, okay. That was the one I was in before. I'm not sure how many I have on this one. I was thinking there's one by KDE, and I thought I probably had it on here, but I might not. They also will see them as different sizes. I guess, they're actually called 146 gigabyte drives, but it says 147. See, this is given the rounded off number, and then the other one was given the actual size. But yeah, they both show up in here. And it would be SDD, yeah. So see, the other one didn't see it because it's bad and it can't do anything with it, so it didn't see it, the GParted. Just remember, there's those dots. Let's see. Format disk, create disk image, restore disk image, benchmark disk. Okay, let's try that. Wish that would be a little bigger. Okay, this is exactly the kind of thing I wanted. Benchmark. If I was measuring the transfer rate, wait, it can't transfer if there's no, I don't think it'll do anything on either one of them because they don't have a file system on them, but let's see. Yeah, STD, make sure we're not on something that matters. Okay, 100 samples. 100's going to be a lot. Well, I don't know how long it, okay, we're going to say start benchmark. Okay, now. Probably typed it wrong, didn't I? All right. I was kind of like confused. Did it again. Sometimes my fingers go in the wrong place. Or else I've forgotten the password. I think I've forgotten it. No, I'm just typing it wrong. What am I doing wrong? Oh, num lock was turned off. That might have been it. Always check your num lock. Okay. Error reading 4.1 kilobytes from offset error in a quart. Okay. Well, that was actually what you would expect, is it to not work if the drive is bad. Okay. Let's go to this one now, because I haven't put anything on it. Make sure I'm on the right one. Where's the SDC? Okay, 147. Yeah, I want to make sure I don't break my operating system. I haven't, this one's got some new features. I've never seen that before. Or it could have been in there a while and I didn't see it because, oh, okay, it saved my password. Now, see, it's working on this one. Okay, good to know. Oh, it's not going to take very long. It's going really fast. Measuring transfer rate, sample rate 10 megabytes per watt. Okay, it's finished. Cool. That's very cool. Oh, is it? Oh, okay, well, anyway, this part's finished. 121.8 megabytes a second. I'm going to do a screenshot of that before I lose it. I don't know if it's going to go away or what. Average write rate. I never have kept up with what speed drives are supposed to be and what would be what. Okay, so that drive you can't write to it. So that's very good to find that out. I mean, I'm not glad the drive's bad. I'm glad to confirm that it's there is a problem with it. It's all right. Very good. I think it's finished now, right? Yeah, it's finished. So that's a good tool. I didn't know that was in there. Glad I went back in there. I don't know what made me go back, but that's one simple little tool that's really good. Okay, so now don't do that to a drive with data on it. It'll erase it. Okay. Now there's something else. Test disk. That is it's a command line tool, but it tells you how to do what other things come under test. Yeah, that's the one I want. It should just open up a terminal. I think this time I won't make it full screen because this monitor is so big and I can't really read. Yeah, see, those are small letters. I can read them down here, but if I get up in the top, I can't see it to read it. If I can make it, I don't really know how to make the text bigger. I was thinking about. Well, I can read it. Okay, so, oh, I got to put the password in there. The root password. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, see, it's not very big. I'm sure there's some place where I could make the text bigger. This one, whatever brand of terminal this is, let's see what it is. XFCE. I might should have just opened up another terminal and typed, I think you just type test disk to run that app. But it's already there, so let's see if we can. Some of them you can change the font size really easy. Yeah, here we go. What happens if you say that? Oh, that's even worse. It's even smaller. So let's try, I don't mind the monospace. Actually, I don't think I want it bold. There we go. 12. I think 18 might work. Ah, much better. Now that should even stay that way. So minus space 18. That's all I want to do. Now, I don't like the back. The background bothers my eyes, so I like to make everything full screen when I can. All right. Test this 7.1. Data recovery. Haven't ran it in a long time. But I got to be careful again. This could destroy everything on your. You get the wrong drive and you're in trouble. Section recovers lost partitions. Works with BEFS VOS. What? BEFS, but BO. Oh, I guess it's VE file system for VOS. You know, I never heard of that one. I haven't heard of that one either. Xbox, FATX. I didn't know it used something different. HFS, Linux BTR, ButterFS, BTRFS, Linux GF52. I haven't heard of that one. I'm falling behind. Linux RAID. Okay, good. This is what we got. LVM, LVM2, launch, but it doesn't say 3 and 4. Huh. Windows NTFS, Sun Solaris, i386. XFS, I think that's the one they always put on these SD cards and everything now. Sun ZFS. BSD, that's free BSD. DOS, Windows FAT, 12, 16, and 32. Windows XFAT, that's the one I think they put. That's the one they put on SD cards and USB sticks now. Used to be FAT32. And then, Linux EXT2, 3, and 4. They got them separated for some reason. Linux Lukes, don't remember that one. Linux swap. You can even recover stuff out of swap. Or you can recover a swap partition if it got broke. Nowhere. I'm just reading them all because I want to refamiliarize myself. Riser FS, I remember the name, but I don't remember anything about it. Sun BSD, UFS, and UFS2. That must be the game. Okay, so what do you do? There used to be numbers. I guess that's. I was going to say it walks you through it, but it doesn't look like it's walking me through it. I was telling you some commands. It's what it's always done before. Is it's just you either hit enter or you put in a number and hit enter. Like all these would be numbers, and you'd pick one. Log. Add debug information. Display current partitions. Let's just do list. I don't think there's going to be any. No such file or directory. If you just hit enter, it doesn't do anything. Which one is? Yeah, it used to be easier. They changed it, or else this is, I don't know. Maybe it's just a different version or something, or because it opened up in this terminal that's different, this XFCE terminal. I usually use the Gnome or KDE terminal. Where did my I saw RAID. Where is it? There. Linux RAID right there. What I was thinking is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would be stupid. Let's try log first. I think that was the first thing it always did. It's just saying, it's like I'm typing the commands wrong. Linux. All right, where'd it go? I know that's not right, but I'm going to try it anyway. Not found. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Whoa. There's your help. Okay. Didn't let me search. Can't find in this terminal. I just think this is a weird terminal. I can't read through that much stuff. I'll never find it. And without the 1, 2, 3 plus enter, won't be able to do it anyway. All right, let's try the terminal that I normally use right there. Would be nice to make the didn't do it. I don't know. Okay, where were we? We're in edit. Yeah, it's in the same. Oh, use the system font. Okay, take that out. Now, what I go to? 18? Yeah. Hasn't done it yet. I have to close it and open it back up. It actually didn't go to 18. I'm going to turn that on to copy selected text into clipboard. I like to do that a lot. Okay. It didn't seem to get any bigger, though. Close it and open it back up again. Let's see if it gets any bigger. Okay, that is that bigger? I think it's bigger. Okay, it looks big enough to read now. Test disk. There we go. Ah! Now, isn't that crazy? So if you click on the link in the apps file system thing, you know, when I searched for it and clicked on test disk, it came up like that, where you have to know all the commands and everything. This is the one I'm used to, and all I did was type test disk in a regular terminal. It could have probably done it in the other terminal too. But. So, lost partitions, make them bootable again, caused by faulty hardware, so on and so on. See this now. This will probably tell me a little bit more about how bad this drive is. Well, there's another one to check drives, self-test stuff and all that, but I can't remember them. I don't know if I have it on here. Let's see. Create a test log. I'm going to always do that. All right. No hard disk found. Oh. All right. I need to be root then. Kind of got a weird background. So all you can do is just, yeah, it's not, since I'm in there as Dawn. Yeah, now it's doing it. So you got to be root to, but you also can destroy your operating system. So be very careful. Comes with no warranty. So the 8 1001 gigabyte. See the backup drive. Okay, my stuff. Okay, now here they are. SDC, SDD, and then there's the LVMs below that. Those are actually on the physical 733 gigabyte. The LVM home root. What's this? Disk dev DM HP logical. 100 gigabyte. That's the boot partition LVM. In an LVM. It's a boot partition within an LVM or on an LVM, however you want to say it. 550 gigabyte. That's my home and root together is what it is. Okay, so dev. Yeah, first thing you would need to know is what drive letter. See, that's why I went that. You got to go in that somewhere to see what your drive letters are. So you can do all this in command line, but I cannot work. My eyes swap letters and numbers. I can't do that stuff. Okay, SDD. I do know for sure that's what it is, and I know that it tests bad in that other disk management. So let's see if we can see anything. Intel PC partition. Actually, you need to go with Intel because can return, but Linux partitions are an Intel. It's in that group. Oh, I almost messed up. There's the EFI, GPT, the Windows thing, you know. Well, actually, it's saying about Mac and all that other stuff. Some x86, 64. But anyway, the top one, I didn't even need to move it. Do not select none for media with only one single partition. It's very rare that this to be non-partitioned. Well, actually, it's not going to be partitioned. But it did say it can work with RAID, so let's see if it sees anything. Analyze the current partition structure, search for lost partitions, file system units. Now you can get in there and you can set, we'll write quickly, advanced file system utils. I don't want to go in there because I don't know. I might have to restart the whole application. I can't remember. Geometry, you can set the geometry and you can break them more often than fix them if you're just kind of going by the hip. By the shooting, by your hip pant. How do you say it? Just trying to learn as you go. Modify partitions, MVR code. I've done that jillions of times. Of course, that you're not gonna have any data. That's just going to get it to words. If the drive can't be seen, say like in GParted, this one can't be seen. Sometimes you can just write that MVR code and then it'll see it and then it'll work with it. If it's not really a bad drive. Delete all the data and then quit. So I'm going to analyze it. That's what I knew I was going to do in the first place. But let's see if anything. There's a quick search and then there's a partition read error. Right away, it's probably not even going to do it. Yeah, I don't think it's going to be able to work with it. Let's see. Down at the bottom, it tells you other things like what thing the results mean, but there is no results. So. Quick search. Do that one more time and see. Oh, okay, see now it's going to search. It says quick search, but it's going to go deeper and see if it can find anything. See, it's searching byte by byte to see if there's any partitions that actually what I might end up seeing if the drive isn't completely dead is whatever was on there before I got it. Even you'll see. That's why people destroy drives now because there's all kinds of applications that can go in there and restore the partitions. Like you can go, sometimes you'll get a list of. I've always done it I've done it on drives or used computers people gave me and stuff. Sometimes I've restored partitions just for the fun of it. Usually they're eat up with viruses, and that's what broke the partition in the first place. But while that's scanning, usually I mostly only did it just to fix mine. Too much trouble to mess with stuff that got nothing, just for giggles, for me anyway. But that laptop that I'm running my server on, it had Windows XP. It wouldn't boot. It wouldn't do anything. It took me 5-10 minutes to use test disk. It was my niece's, and she gave it to me. And I had it back up and running on XP full of viruses. And then I ended up reformatting it and putting Linux on it. Well, for a long time I kept XP and Linux dual boot. Trying to go look at my live studio. Well, it does give you, the thing about going here though is it tells you if the stream health is good or bad and all that. If you just go to your own home, your own YouTube page, you don't that analytics kind of scared me. I thought it had finished the stream. Thing about going here, there we go. It's working. I got my volume up kind of loud, don't I? Well, it's not really up that loud. Okay. Yeah, I think it's finished. But it did find something. Dist dev SDD, I think. 136 gigabytes. CHS. Partition. Start. End. I don't. There's no numbers under any of this. It may be add a partition, load backup, enter to continue. Okay, A for add a partition, L for load backup. What I'm wondering is, I think this is, I don't remember what CHS stands for now. And those numbers, I would expect the numbers to be below these these headings here, but let's try L for load backup. Don't use backup and try to locate partition. No backup found. Okay. I was telling you, try to locate the partition. Add it. So you only got two things down there. Yeah. So there would be data. There'd be numbers under those headings: partition, start, end, size and sectors, all that. There'd be your numbers there. So that's just I don't remember what CHS and those long numbers mean anymore. I haven't used this seriously in quite a while. But at the bottom left there, you'll see A, add a partition, which if I was going to do that, I'd use GParted. That's the other thing I will do is I'll see if I can put a partition on it. I might just use that other one that saw it, instead of GParted. But yeah, sometimes, let's see, how do you get out of here and go back? I think I have to restart it to go back. Enter to continue. Okay, we'll do that. Deep research. Okay. Now, that is the last one. If this one don't work, it's not going to be able to find, find anything restorable on there. While this is scanning, since there wasn't any data, hopefully it won't take too long. Well, if there was there will have been data on there before I got it, so it could take a long time. But I'm going to see if that light's still yellow and what's going on over there. I don't have that other phone turned on now, so I can't. Let's see what I can do. Uh-oh. You got to be on OBS Studio. That could have messed that up. Oh, it did work. I got them both going. Well, I was just scared to do it again. So you can hear me talking at least. And I need to go back to where the work was being done. All right. Now. Yep, it's still yellow. And all the other drives are blinking like crazy. They're being... I don't know if they may still be backing up. I thought that was kind of quick. I was thinking that data had finished backing up. I think it will probably take, oh my gosh, it's going to kill me if I have to run that thing all night. I'd like to find something that could tell me when it's finished instead of just looking at blinky lights and saying, oh, I think maybe it's finished or I think it's not finished. But that's the only thing I saw in the manual. I'm sure there's other things, other options to find out, Oh, it's finished with that. Okay, so let me get back on the other mic. Okay, back on the SM58 desktop. Okay. Now, Didn't find anything. That's really what I would expect. Number one, well, because the drive is showing up to be bad to the to the RAID controller. I think those are pretty accurate from what I've seen in the videos I've been watching. Now, when Windows tells you a drive's bad, or if Linux can't read it or whatever, something went wrong, there's always a chance that test disk is the one I like the best for restoring partitions. But for doing something like just making a new one, I wouldn't do that with this myself, because I understand GParted so much more. And I'm always worried, especially when you're working on your system that has all your live drives, that you're running off of, that you're going to break something. So enter to continue. Let's see. Now see, all you can do is just quit. No pattern found or selected to recover. Quit. Okay, now you can start over again. Advanced geometry, options, MBR code. I could write an MBR to it, and it might show up. I want to see what's in the file system. No partition available. Okay. Geometry. This is where you can really mess up. Cylinders, heads, sectors. Now, I have actually once or twice made a drive work again by working with these. But trying to remember, how do you get down to saying you're done? Change sector size, very dangerous. Change sector geometry. You can actually, let's see, you can do these things in the RAID too. I didn't know that until recently. Change head geometry, but I've got one or two drives that I screwed up, and once you get so far with this, it won't see it anymore in test disk, so you can't fix it. So I wouldn't play with it too much. Okay, done with changing geometry. Yeah, so I didn't do anything. Modify options. What's that? Expert mode, no. No. Align partitions, yes. Dump, no. To a cylinder or 1 megabyte boundaries. Yeah, this is another one that's done. Okay, I'm not going to do any of that. MBR code, well, let's just look at it. Write to copy the MBR code to the first sector. Let's say no for right now. Whoops. I hit enter again. Oh, yeah, because I expected to hit N and then enter. Delete all partitions and quit. Now, I could write the MBR code, but is there anything else? No harm in it, is there? Let's try it, see if it works. Because then it would be recognizable in all my... didn't do anything. There we go. Can't write the MBR code. I must have, I don't know what I did, but it didn't. Maybe because I hit yes and enter real quick, because that's what I'm used to doing. Okay, so we're still looking at this being a bad drive. Now see, you got to be careful, because if I was on any important drive, I would have hosed it up. Okay, now I'm using you have to use the keyboard to navigate right and left, up and down, arrow keys, enter, all that. Quit the program. Disk capacity must be detected before successful recovery, so and so, so and so. So anyway, I kind of gave a run through of test disk. And isn't that crazy? There's some other apps that do that. If you open them up from the, the link that came into the applications menu, I was using the search to find them. I'm going to close this now. Then it just opens the app with none of that help. Why does it do that? And then it just occurred to me that our app has always had that wizard to help you. And I don't know if it's because, let's see if it's got something to do with the terminal. There it is. XFCE terminal. test disk. Nope. See, it's opening up the version I want right there. So I'm just going to go ahead and close the terminal. Okay. You can see your specs but that doesn't mean no USB. YouTube is seeing it, but you can at least see that it looks like it's working. Okay. Like I really didn't pay attention to the two main things I always look at: the sound and I looked at the kilobits and all that. Yeah, see it there. It is 6,185. I got it set for 6 megabits, so it's going a little more than that. But yeah, seems to be working fine. Okay. What was the other thing? Oh. I was thinking, I don't know if there's an app on here that will check the smart data on the hard drive or not. Don't remember. Disk usage, well, it wouldn't be able to do anything. A lot of things that have HD in the name. Kind of quit being able to pay attention about halfway down. Okay, but I think there's not anything in there. That's the Gnome disk, or whatever they're calling it now. That might not be Gnome disk. That might be. This is one of those weird applications where you can't get to the menus hardly at all. This may be, what is it called? Oh, see there, smart drive stuff. It is in there, but it's not working. Wonder why. Okay, this is the one that showed up okay. I don't think any of that was showing up no matter what. Yeah, smart drive and all those different things. Unless these drives don't work, these SAS drives don't even work with these applications. Okay, so let's go to system. Sometimes everything doesn't show up in the search. Blivit GUI. Let's see if that's just what I had open. No, must not have been. That was the other one. I couldn't think of the name of it. Here we go. Blivit. This is the one that's in the Fedora installer now. This one looks quite a bit different. Let's see. SDA1, ext4, 7.28 terabyte. Okay, that's the USB drive. It's in the same order. Sometimes they're not in the same order, different applications. SDB's got the LVMs for my whole system there. Okay, and then SDC should be the good drive. Now let's see, SDD is the other one, and then what's that? Some kind of LVM. Oh, it's not clicking on that. And then what's this? There's an LVM, 100 gigabytes. That's the boot. Oh, root and yeah. Oh, that's for some reason they're down there again. Well, that's the LVM, logical volume management, physical view. There you go. Okay. See, that's how they are on there. fathom that. Okay, this is what I'm, of course, trying to figure out right now. So, free space, SDD. Now, add new device, delete selected device. Oh, that's not what I was looking for. Nothing up there seems to do anything. Reload storage. Let's see if I go to this other drive, 136. They don't do anything. What's this one here? Add a new device. They're changing the words they use instead of saying add a new file system. Or you got these things hidden in these tiny little, but they're not doing anything. Tiny little new edit. Set partition table. Okay. I right clicked in there. That's what I did. Oh, okay. New. Try doing a new file system on there. Which one am I actually on? I'm on the good one, right? Could do that. Edit. Set partition table. Okay, now let's see if anything of that's available on the one that's supposed to be broke. It's available. New. See what happens about. Oh, okay. This is the same thing as I tried. MS-DOS, GPT. Well, that's the one I would do. See, the partition table's got to be there before you can. So we'll try it. See if it works. Sometimes one app will do it when another one won't. Did it do it? It didn't give an error. But it hasn't changed its readout any. I don't know what. Oh. So right there is the one that lets you get that menu. And I think that's, I don't understand why you would take it out of their add device. Or they may be using different words. Already did that. I don't know if it's got a partition table now or not. I guess I can try to format it. Just try to make a new one because, there we go. ext4. I don't know. You can't always put, you know, dashes and underscores. Sometimes you can. Sometimes it's weird looking, but space. Sometimes you can have a space. Sometimes you can't. Always forget primary partition table or extended. I'm gonna. The actual drive name in the system is the one you can't do that, but the name that shows up like in your operating system you can. And if you could, usually if you could do anything, you could do an underscore. That was a space. Try it like that. I think it would error if it didn't do it. Okay. SDD1. Oh, okay. See, its drive is SDD, so that's SDD1. So, is it going to do it? Shouldn't just do it without telling you anything. Resize format, set label, information. It takes a little while. Okay. Basic information, non-existing. STD, STD1, primary, Oh, if it was locked, well, it'd be in Fedora in Linux. It would be locked by the operating system. What it means. Those are not. I don't think those are active right now. Anyway. Oh, what's up here now? There's buttons are highlighted, but I can't even make out the icon. I see one of them looks like it might be that broom they always use. Click on them, they'll do it. Let me see if I make it smaller, if I can see them. Well, now they went away. There's a broom. There's something. These applications have become so ridiculous that you can't. You know, if you hover on them, they're not even giving you a word. This is why I don't use these apps, why I like GParted. Okay, I don't think it did a thing to it. If it did, that's crazy. It shows it to have a label and all that. It shows it. If it did it that fast. Maybe it's just because I've never done it on a powerful machine. But this one's still free space. This one says it has a partition ext4. Okay. Oh, 2 pending actions. Oh. There we go. Yeah, they haven't done yet. I didn't think they had done anything yet. Create the MS-DOS partition table. Create device partition ID, and then create ext4 file system. Okay, that's what we want it to do. Now, how do you get it to go ahead and do it? Delete, edit, unmount. That's when you right click and then edit the drive, set label, resize format. Those don't do anything. Play the information. Those must be the ones to make it go, but okay, that's a back arrow. That's look like a clean button. What's that? Reload, queued actions, reload storage, queued actions, quit. Oh, I already saw that. Okay, so this must be confirm scheduled action. So it's that tiny little thing that I don't know what the heck the picture is on it. At least it didn't just do it. Okay, we're going to create it on this. Make sure I get nervous because it's not saying what disk it's on or anything. If it is, I don't see it. OSDD, okay. Okay, it's going to try to do it. Let's see if it can do it. Okay, there you go. Error. Okay. What I expected, but had to try. Can't get the, it won't pick up and make these windows big enough to read either. You can move it, but you can't enlarge it. I don't know why it started writing applications like this. Can't even read the stuff in there. You have to do this back and forth to try to read. It's just ridiculous. No, you can't get a hold of anything to make it bigger. Quite a bit of errors in there. And read the beginning of the sentence, and then you got a page over, and by that time, I have to see the whole sentence. I don't, well, it didn't work, whatever. Can't read it. Oh, look, it crashed. I'm going to hit, oh, shh. Oh. Yeah, meant restart the application, not the server. I don't think it'll restart it. We'll see. Yeah, it must be still rather new, Blivit. It was under development for a long time. It's actually better in the installer than it is in the Mate desktop here. It could be that it was written for Gnome 3 and it doesn't work as well in Mate. That's a possibility. Okay. I'm just trying to make sure everything's okay here. Looks okay. Now, yeah, let's go back in here like I did, because I actually found something that there's GParted again, but I don't want to try it yet. Well, they can't see it, so it wouldn't be able to do it. But there's nothing, no recoverable partitions on it. Test disk can't do it. Probably not going to be, able to be done. Oh yeah, hardware. Well, not hardware, but disk. Smart data. Trying to think of what the application might be named if I have it. Really, a lot of times they have really names that I just can't ever remember. And I have them because, see, I've installed plenty. You can see how much I've just gotten just that system menu. That's not how Fedora comes. Okay. That one won't do it. It's just mounting and unmounting disk. And it actually won't work. If you just click on it, it won't let you do it unless you're root. And it doesn't give you a way to, give the root password from what it never has. So if it does it now, I haven't used it in a long time. There's Play on Linux I was talking about. It's a way to, it hangs up and doesn't install stuff either, but it's a way to run Windows applications on Linux in Wine. It's easier than, it is kind of, gives you more, it's more set up when you use Play on Linux than if you just install Wine by itself. You got to start from scratch with that. It used to kind of work on XP apps and stuff years ago, but I haven't seen anything that it works on anymore. It's not that it wouldn't, it's that it's not actually true open source software. You have to pay to get all the functionality. So what they give you for free is useless for me for years now. That's graphics, internet. Sometimes stuff shows up in weird places. There's that Sparkle share that it was showing errors because I just turned it off and told it don't run, but it's still throwing errors like it should run. Kind of weird. I've turned other things off like that, other processes, and they didn't do that. But, Security Lab. Oh yeah, I installed the whole Security Lab group, and almost all of them are command line apps that it's a huge learning curve to learn the commands and all that for me. And like I said, I can't type. I'm getting tired. I can't see anymore. Yeah, so I'm going to try searching for, I don't know, test. And that's how I got test disk. And Smart HD. I've done drive 100 times here. Disk. Wait. Oh no, that's disk. That's for writing CDs and DVDs. Yeah. acetone ISOs for working with the actual ISO images. Pretty cool. I've used that on and off over the years. Okay. I can't think of the name of one of them that I liked much. Inch. Try spelling it. Can't get the N. Why not? Because you're not on your home key. No benchmark that I can find. The only one that I could do it with would be, well, that won't see the drive because it'd be in a virtual machine. It would only see the virtual drives. Still can't think of the name of it. Let's go in my file manager and just see if I've even got a copy of it on here. I think I do, because I probably have it on my backup drive though. ReactOS. Getting hungry again. I'm getting tired. It's getting late. That's the Rescue Toast and Super Grub discs are real good for drives, but I don't know that they would actually help that. I don't think they would see it. So the one that I'm thinking about is not in there. Wait, it might have. Oh no, that's a really old one. Vein 7, BSD, Hirons, Puppy Linux. Hirons is a kind of like a portable Windows XP. It's Windows XP. ReactOS, Slacks, 6, Turnkey, Linux. And what's that? There's two of them in there. Oh, that, yeah, okay. Anyway, that's old stuff that are usable. Still, some of them are still usable, though. Oh, OpenECU. I found that years ago. That's pretty darn old, too. But I put it in here in case I was thinking about looking at it. Windows 10 also. Xboot's an old one. There's rescue stuff in there. Got the Bang 10 in there. I think it's still the newest one though. Rescue Tux. The hybrid, and then 70. Oh, 73. I don't think it would work on it. Well, and these would, I mean, I'm not going to reboot the server right now. But I'm just kind of thinking what I might be able to use. I have Fedora 34 downloaded. I was kind of getting ready to, I have 34. That's the newest one now. I have 33 on my SD card, and then 34 came out. Yeah, that's what it was. Okay. Pandavisor. Why did I download that? I think that was recent. 824, yeah. I was going to try it out for something. Oh, for embedded systems. ReactOS, that was the one I used, and I just, I've got the newer one there. 413. What? That's all. Oh, I guess I didn't have the ISO in that folder. Those all seem to be the same thing. 122.21, 04.13. Did I get mixed up? They all have the same exact thing on them. Except for when you get a little further, 28G, 14G. They're saying 04.13. Oh, now I don't know. Okay. So let's go to the backup drive. Because it's got a lot more on it. Not a whole lot more. Most of it's on my older machine. I have a drive, a 160 gigabyte drive that it did fail. Well, I messed it up. It didn't fail. I was using the hard drive adapter, and I was trying to plug it into power just kind of by feel. And I plugged it in backwards. I forced it halfway in backwards, and it shorted it out. So it burned up the board. So I think it was still hard. You know, the actual platter and everything is fine. So I've been hoping to find a circuit board that I could just swap onto it, but I haven't actually just looked. I just kept thinking about it over the years when I got, more drives. It's a Seagate 160 gigabyte. Puppy Linux is a super lightweight distro. It'll run on just about anything. I don't actually have. The tablet one is a backup I made into an ISO of my mom's tablet. That was the one I just got through looking through. Okay, so now I don't actually have anything else. Okay. Well, let me think. I'm getting really tired, getting hungry, and brain's not really, well, I haven't been working that good all day, but now it's really getting tired. Sinuses, better go ahead and, I'll do that in a minute. Sinuses are draining, I'm going to take some medicine. I think it's a bad drive. I can't think of, the only other thing I haven't done that I would, okay, the only way I guess I could do it is use, I don't know why I can't think of it. It's my favorite rescue system, and I didn't see it in there. But there's some apps on that rescue system that can check, and it'd work on this drive, I imagine, because it's, these are from 2011, so. And the rescue system, the last time they made an open source free version was 2013. Now it went proprietary after that. And I don't blame people for doing that. If nobody's donating to their project, and they're not going to, you can't work for free forever. It was out for years, and I think it was out before I got into Linux anyway. Anyway, it's got, a couple of different apps that can check all the smart data on the drives and everything. And it could tell you exactly, how many bad sectors it has and all those things like that. There could be something in the Fedora repos that I haven't installed that would do that. Parted Magic, that's the name of it. Parted Magic. So I have Parted Magic 6, I think is the last one that was free, and it's still useful. I didn't see it. could have went right by it, but I don't think it was in any of those folders, which I'm kind of surprised. But I had to go get my other system I had before, the Lenovo i5. It has Fedora 14 on it. It actually had a fan problem, and one day I just took it outside and set it on the workbench in the garage with the other old computers, which I really need to bring it back in, even if it's not fixed, because I'm scared something's going to happen to it, because it's got a lot of data on it. All I got to do is put another fan in it. I've got the video card sitting up there, and I had decided instead of just putting another fan, I still do have another fan. I bought 3 fans. 2 of them have already went bad just within a year of use. It's not even everyday use, There's still one more fan, but I didn't want to waste my time with that. I was going to figure out a way to put big heat, make them fanless, put big heat sinks on them. And so I haven't got around to doing that because that'll take a lot more work. Yeah, I could just put that fan on it at least so that, for now, I guess. But anyway, it would have those ISOs and stuff in it. And I used to just, anytime I needed something off of it, I'd boot it up and, use the network to get the files. Or sometimes there's an app on there that I don't have anywhere else, and I would just use it, I'm starting to miss it more and more. And mostly I'm just kind of getting worried that, something would happen to it out there in the garage. So anyway, that's the only other thing I would like to run on that drive, and I guess I'll just leave it in there. Probably if I decide it's completely bad, I think it is, but once I confirm it's bad, it's the only thing I've got that can read that drive. That connector that's on there is not like anything I've ever seen, actually, first. And that makes me think, because I've seen all those videos about taking those hard drives out of the Seagate or the Western Digital USB backup drives, and they'll work in these. Maybe they don't work in the HPs. Maybe they only work on the Lenovo's. They may have. I've seen Morton do it 100 times, but he either wasn't looking that close, or he didn't have it up real close. I've seen him put regular. I can't remember. But I thought they were just regular SATA drives, and you could just plug them in, But a regular SATA drive is not going to plug into that. Do I have one? Probably have one right here that's a SATA drive. Okay, now there's an IDE drive. No way, that's a completely different setup. Pretty dusty. And here's something. Let's see what this is. That's another IDE drive. I think I've got a stack of drives here that some of them, I think all these right here work. Maybe this is one. Okay, here we go. Yeah, SATA drive. Oh, I'd forgotten it had the narrow and the wide connectors. Maybe it will work. Of course, this one's too big. It won't fit in there. This is the bigger drive. Okay, I'd forgotten what they look like. I was thinking, the power is a little short one, but the data is the wide one. That probably will go in there then. Yeah. Okay. I started to pull those out and look, and then I didn't. This is, that's from Mom's old hard drive from her Fedora 14. That is still stuff that I don't want to get rid of yet. Okay, so what's in this box? It used to be a really old hard drive. And there's still another drive over here. It may be bad or something. This is an old drive. This is an old IDE. So, 40 gigabyte HD Seagate, test disk, and GParted can't see it. Either it died or I broke it with test disk. But it could not be. Actually, GParted couldn't see. Oh my gosh, so much dust. GParted couldn't see. Wipe this thing down and not get it all over myself. Couldn't see this drive, but some of the other apps could. That's why I kept trying different apps. Okay, what's in here? I know one of them is one's a SCSI drive. Is that it? No, I don't think so. I think that's just another IDE drive. And that maybe the SCSI drive is not in here anymore. Or is this it? This is the Windows 3.1 drive that's an IDE, I think. One of them's Windows, it's not the 3.1.1 with the networking and everything, it's the one without it. And so it's no fun if you can't network to it. But anyway, yeah, I remember this drive. I've had it for years. Do you know that Windows 3.1 will run? I haven't tried it on. Let's see. It'll run on all Intel machines. I don't know that if it'd run on AMD, but it'll run on all Intel machines up to. I've had it up to past Pentium 4. I don't remember now. I didn't ever put it in that Lenovo i5. But I mean, it'll just run. And you tell me, I mean, imagine. Well, just say Pentium 4. Imagine how fast Windows 3.1 runs on Pentium 4. It's just awesome. And this one is a Hewlett-Packard drive. It's an IDE drive, though. I'm so tired I can't read the letters anymore. But actually, I don't see the letters IDE, but there's so many on here. Anyway, these would not go in the machine. Even that one that's an SATA. But like I said, okay. Now I'd forgotten what the interface looked like. I kept thinking of that power cable. I wasn't thinking of the data. So yeah, one of those small SATA drives should work in it, I guess, as long as they're the same pinout and everything. But I've seen Morton do it, I don't know how many times. So I know that. I guess what the question is what kind of, if you get a new USB backup drive, what kind of drive did they put in it? And for the last few years, they were putting the ones that would go in there. Okay, yeah, let's put this up. Fedora 26 on that one. And that one doesn't have any. I usually put a sticky note on them, tell me what they are and everything, but that one there doesn't have anything on it. I think there's only one that's bad in there, though, and then the rest of them I ended up taking them out. I got a box. I still save them, box of bad drives, because sometimes you learn something new and you find a way to fix stuff, or you might have a circuit board that's good and the actual hardware inside is bad, the platter and everything. Or what they say goes bad is there's a little arm that does just like that inside that reads the drive, and that or whatever controls it will go bad, which would be the circuit board. But I mean, there's lots of hardware in there too, not just electronics. I've had them apart and seen video. Well, I've had them apart years before I started. Before YouTube was a big thing, and before or a thing at all, I've had them apart, and so it was inside of them. But I never did. At first kind of videos about hard drives, I'd always see is people taking them apart and making other things out of them, but I didn't want to destroy them, so I didn't do anything like that. Like people making little disc sanders out of them. I mean, you couldn't even do fingernails on them. They just stop. I saw somebody using one, and it's like, well, that's ridiculous. He'd made one. But to me, things that are broken like that, if they can't be fixed, then they're always good for parts to fix another thing, So I know I'm gone crazy here, but I got all into the dust. Got it all over me. But can't get that stupid thing out of the way there. There we go. Yes, I look great today. Need to shave. Need to take a shower. I had no plans to do anything like this today. But then whenever the thing wouldn't boot up, well, at first I went and hard shut it down and booted it back up, and then when it went to all that saying the hard drive's bad and all that, then I thought, well, I can't pass this video up. So, yeah, okay. That's what if I do more to it, then that's what I'll do. I would have to boot my server up to the USB stick or will probably be a USB stick. I'd have to put that Part of Magic on there, or unless I think of something else. But that's the only one that I think of that has those apps that I want to use. I don't know I don't remember. I have written them down. I think. Yeah, I think I've tried to find them in the newer Fedora repos and never found those apps. Sometimes it's because the name displayed at the top of the application is not the real name of it in the repos. That the name of the application is, well, usually it's shorter, and DNF Dragora is still got a terrible search. It's better, I think, than it used to be, but it's still hard to find things in it. Yeah, almost so much better. But and finding apps, but. So anyway, that's what I'd have to do, and I'm not going to do that now. I'm tired and hungry and everything else. So, interesting day. It's cool to know that you can just, if you have a drive that fails, you can just pop that one out, put another one in. I mean, it told you, it said, do that now, and it was waiting on you to do it. It counted down for probably a minute, but I was still trying to figure what's going on here, and the light was not yellow at that time. It didn't change from green. It just looked normal. The light was green, blinking sometimes. It changed to yellow after it went ahead and booted up. It counted down, and you could either hit F1 or F2, and I think, my keyboard still won't work, and I think I did try hitting F2. I finally decided, and it wouldn't work. Even the wireless keyboard, of course, it wasn't on when I booted up. It might have been. Well, I still think it might be the hub that loses connection somehow when things go wrong with the server. But it works just fine all the time. But it is a 3.0 hub. I just don't know. I don't know why it wouldn't. I mean, you could say, well, this is a 1.0. Keyboard is 1.0. The wireless is, I think it's 2. The dongle is 2.0, and then the hub is, well, it's 2. It'll do 1, 2, and 3. This is plugged straight into that hub, and it works great. This 1.0 keyboard is plugged straight into it. No, it's not plugged straight into it. No, it's not. It's plugged into the KVM switch. The KVM switch, and then I know it's backwards compatible. It's plugged into the hub. So, yeah, it could be the only reason the keyboard works for all I know. So anyway, something gets wonky when the certain things happen. When the server stops, it's in the middle of booting like that, then the keyboard won't work. And maybe it would do it to any keyboard. Maybe it shuts them down, for whatever reason. So anyway, I don't know, but there we go. I'm pretty sure, the hard drive is now. I don't think it's going to be usable at all. I don't think I'll be able to do any kind of ninja hacks, like a lot of people like to say, software stuff to make it work again. I think it's just, and I think I heard it several times while I was setting up my video. I think I heard it making that rattle of death. So it was real quiet though, and I wasn't sure. Had my headphones on when I heard it, and I took my headphones off and I didn't hear it anymore. And I thought, well, am I hearing that through my headphones? Could that be, and maybe you could. Sometimes electronic noise sounds oddly similar to the real sound that you hear out in the real world, with your ears. Once in a while, not very often. It's usually just buzzes, annoying buzzes and stuff like that, Anyway, I'm going to go, and failed or something. Huh. I don't see what it would have been. Okay, you startled me. All right. Well, all right. Bye-bye.